are in some deep thought.
Well, you know what I was thinking about?
No, tell me.
Okay, can you imagine how tough life would be inside of a video game?
Well, I can definitely tell you that I've never really thought about that.
Okay, well, could you imagine what it would be like if you had to jump over mushrooms twice your size while the Goombas are chasing you like in Mario?
Yeah, that would be really difficult. I would need to eat a whole lot of Wheaties to jump that high and run that fast.
Or what if you had to swing from a vine to another vine like Donkey Kong without ever falling?
Wow, all I'm gonna say is that would be exhausting.
Or imagine if it started raining candy like in Candy Crush.
I wouldn't know if I should run or try to grab the candies. I just definitely wouldn't want to get hit.
You know what would be the worst though?
What? Maybe if you were the angry bird that was shot at a tower to knock it down?
Oh yeah, that would be horrible. It would definitely hurt. I think I would have to wear some armor for sure.
I guess no matter what would happen, I'd always want to do what's right.
That's true. It's important to do what's right and obey God.
I think it's time to jump into some worship, gamer style.
Let's do it.
Love so incredible, unexplainable, that you call me by name. You see me through it all, even when I fall. You love me just the same. Creator of the world, you live in my heart. You know my name and you call me friend. You know my beginning and my end. You love me like I'm one in a million. You love me like I'm one in a million. Ooh, one in a million. You knew me from the start, and you made my heart unique and wonderful. Made with a special plan, guided by your hand. My life is meaningful. Creator of the world, you live in my heart. You know my name and you call me friend. You know my beginning and my end. You love me like I'm one in a million. You love me like I'm one in a million. Ooh, one in a million. Ooh, yeah. You've chosen me to call your own. You chose to make my heart your home. I'm one in a million. You say I'm worthy of your love. Jesus, you'll always be enough. I'm one in a million. I'm one in a million. You know my name and you call me friend. You know my beginning and my end. You love me like I'm one in a million. You love me like I'm one in a million. You know my name and you call me friend. You know my beginning and my end. You love me like I'm one in a million. You love me like I'm one in a million. Ooh, one in a million.
When I was searching, your love was never far. You made a way to get to me. You were the whisper leading me to your heart. Forever I belong to you. Now I can see I need you. You listen as I pray. You leave the 99 for me. You paint the sky with promises of your grace. So I will find my way to you. Now I can see clearly, my God, you for me. You won't let go. Your love won't let me down. And I know it's true. Yeah, I know that your love is all around. I believe in you, holding on to you, holding on, and I know you will never fail. I want all of you, you never change. Your love won't let me down. Love won't let me. Holding on, and I know you will never fail. I want all of you, you'll never change. Your love won't let me down. Love won't let me.
We're talking about doing what's right and obeying God, but imagine this. What if a friend came up to you and told you that they know how to find the cheat codes for the game you're playing, and you tell no one about it, and you kind of just continue to be the winner of the game the whole time?
You know, wait a minute. No, that's the opposite of doing what's right. We can't let the temptation of being a winner get to us.
But you'll be the winner all the time. I mean, isn't that the end goal of the game?
It is the end goal, but are you truly a winner if you cheated your way through the game?
Oh, I guess not.
When we obey, we can be rewarded with so much more than just winning a game.
But what do I do? I just have this urge to always want to win and be the best player in the room.
Hey, Julie, let me just tell you something. It's okay to want to be the best player, but it's how you work towards winning. You could either do the opposite of what the game rules are and cheat your way through it, or you could work hard and find out the reward if you work towards it.
Well, Steve, when you put it that way, I do want to work hard and win fair and square. I mean, the idea of being rewarded sounds good to me, too.
You know, I know how I can encourage you. There is a story about a man in the Bible who obeyed God. Let me show you what happened here.
Long ago, there was a man named Saul who did everything in his power to stop people from following Jesus. He was sure that the followers of Jesus were the enemies of God. He put many of them in prison, and some of them were even killed. Sometime later, Saul and his companions were headed for the city of Damascus, where they planned to arrest the followers of Jesus. Suddenly, a bright light flashed around Saul. He fell to the ground in fear and heard a voice ask him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" Saul responded, "Who are you, Lord?" The voice answered, "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting." Jesus told him to get up and go into the city where he would be told what he should do. So Saul got up, but he couldn't see. He was blind. His companions had to lead him by the hand into Damascus to a disciple named Ananias. Jesus told Ananias that he should lay hands on Saul, but Ananias was afraid. He had heard of all the things that Saul had been doing to the followers of Jesus. Jesus assured him that Saul had changed and that God had important work for Saul to do. Ananias obeyed Jesus. He found Saul and laid his hands on him. Then Saul was filled with the Holy Spirit, and something like scales fell from his eyes. Now he could see once again. Then Ananias baptized Saul. Saul was transformed, and his new name was now Paul.
No. So Ananias did what I wouldn't want to do. Saul was so mean to Christians. He chased them down and captured them. What if he would have done the same to Ananias?
But did you notice the good that came out of it? Because Ananias obeyed God's instructions, Saul's life was changed. He changed his ways, and he realized that God is real, and his name was changed to Paul.
Paul? Wait, he helped Paul? Like the Apostle Paul? You mean to tell me the guy that would go on to tell many people about Jesus?
Yes, a lot of good came out of Ananias obeying God.
Alright, maybe I should be more like Ananias. I mean, I don't want to think selfishly and disobey God. I'll never be able to discover the good that can come out of things.
That's the spirit. There is so much more to this story. But before we dive back into it, let's do some gaming.
Oh, I love game time. What's this week's special game?
How about we play Spot the Difference game with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, game on.
All right, Julie, I have another fun game for us to play.
Another one? Oh, I'm so excited. What is it?
Well, have you ever played Freeze Dance?
Freeze dance?
Yes, we're gonna listen to some fun video game music, and when the music stops, we have to freeze.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's play!
Ready, set, go. Starting off with the trusty robot. Wait, you're not freezing.
Shopping cart.
All right, I'll do shopping cart.
Lawnmower.
Lawnmower. But you're not freezing. What are you doing?
What? You didn't say I couldn't just keep dancing the whole time? I think I won the game.
Well, that's because you didn't obey the instructions. And you were dancing the whole time.
Oh, I didn't realize how important it was to keep obeying the game rules. Oftentimes I find myself doing my own thing and wanting to win, but I'm sorry, Steve.
You know what? It's okay. That's why I'm here to help. When you find yourself wanting to not follow the rules, just remind yourself that the best thing that you can do is obey. And in the end, you're obeying God.
I think I need to practice on being more obedient.
Let's freeze this game and jump back into our Bible story, and we can learn more about how Ananias obeyed God.
Pausing the game was the right thing to do. It's important to obey the instructions in order to pass this level. There was a time when God hit the pause button on a man named Paul. Paul was a bully who hated followers of Jesus and looked for every opportunity to throw them in jail, and even threatened to kill them. One day, as Paul was traveling the road to Damascus, a light suddenly flashed around him. Paul fell to the ground and heard a voice from heaven that said, "I am Jesus. Why are you hurting me? Get up and go to the city. There you will be told what you must do." When Paul got up, he opened his eyes, but could not see. The men traveling with Paul could not believe what had happened, and led him to the city. God spoke to another man named Ananias. He was a follower of Jesus who lived in Damascus. God told Ananias to go to the house where Paul was staying and to put his hands over his eyes. If he did this, Paul would be able to see again. Ananias was afraid to go. He knew all about how Paul treated people and was scared he was going to end up in jail, or even worse. Ananias knew he needed to obey God's instructions, so he did what he had to do. When Ananias saw Paul, he placed his hands over Paul's eyes, and immediately Paul was able to see. There was something like scales that fell right off of his eyes. Because Ananias obeyed God's instructions, Paul's life was changed. Not only could Paul see again, but he knew God's love was real and he wanted to tell everyone about it. When we follow God's instructions, our lives can be changed too. God rewards us when we obey his instructions. So as you continue to play, keep on obeying. Good luck, players!
Steve, I think I finally understand. At first, it was hard for Ananias to obey God because he was afraid Paul might hurt him. But then he did the right thing and obeyed even though it was hard.
Right. Even though it can be hard, we should obey right away and then keep on obeying. We can do that by doing what our parents, teachers, and most importantly, the Bible tells us.
And hey, that actually reminds me, it brings us to our takeaway for the day.
Stand up with us, KE friends.
Everybody get on your feet.
I will
Keep on obeying.
That was really good, KE
I would
friends.
say so.
Let's do it all together this time. You guys ready?
I will
keep on obeying.
Those were some really cool salutes, KE friends. Stay standing as we go over this week's Bible verse.
In a race, all runners run, but only one gets the prize. So run in a way that you get the prize. 1 Corinthians 9:24. In a race, all runners run, but only one gets the prize. So run in a way that you get the prize. 1 Corinthians 9:24. In a race, all runners run, but only one gets the prize. So run in a way that you get the prize. 1 Corinthians 9:24.
I'm closer to you, but I feel like I'm so far away. 'Cause I let my fear get in front of my faith. I'm back and forth like a wave in the wind. But I hear your voice and it's pulling me in. It's pulling me in. I wanna walk on water, take a leap, and step out knowing you will let me sink. I wanna trust you deeper, live like believing that you are everything you say you are. 'Cause of everything you say you are. Everything you say you are.
I prayed for your proof and I've asked you to give me a sign. But you already did and you traded your life for mine.
You called my name through the rain and the wind. I hear your voice and it's pulling me in. You're pulling me in. I wanna walk on water, take a leap, and step out knowing you won't let me sink. I wanna trust you deeper, live like believing that you are everything you say you are. 'Cause of everything you say you are. Everything you say you are. You're the start and the ending. You're the reason for living. You're the beat in every heart. You're everything you say you are.
I wanna walk on water, take the leap, step out knowing you won't let me sink. Trust you deeper, keep believing that you are.
I wanna walk on water, take the leap, and step out knowing you won't let me sink. I wanna trust you deeper, live like believing that you are. You're everything you say you are. 'Cause it's everything you say you are. You're the reason you say you are. You're the beat in every heart. You're everything you say you are.
Today has been such a fun adventure. I am sure thankful to have you in my life. If it wasn't for you, I might still be cheating my way through my video games.
I'm proud of you, Julie. I knew that you could obey the instructions of the game. You'll be winning on your own in no time.
Oh, yes, I will. But for right now, let's take a moment to reflect on what we learned today.
Our first question is, why was it hard for Ananias to obey what Jesus told him to do?
Our second question is, how can we obey God this week?
And our final question is, if it's hard to obey, does it mean we can just give up?
KE friends, having God as our forever friend means that we can talk to him about anything at any time.
It's the best part of my day. Let's take a moment to talk to him right now.
Let's do it. God, thank you so much for being our forever friend. It is such amazing news that we can talk to you at any time.
Father, help us. Help us in those moments where maybe we feel like we're tempted to do something that we know is not right. God, you are the perfect example, and your word teaches us what to do. Thank you for that example. We love you so much.
Amen.
Man, what an amazing day. We've had so much fun, and I feel like we've grown so much together.
I agree with you, and you know what? I loved that we talked about obeying and doing what's right today.
Yeah, we have learned so much.
We really have. And hey, I was also thinking about our original conversation.
Which one?
Okay, remember about how tough life would be in a video game?
That's true. You know who I would not want to be?
Who?
Pac-Man. He has to constantly eat so much, so fast, I would have the worst stomachache.
That's right. I didn't think about that. I would not want to be one of the characters in Mario Kart. I would feel so sick to my stomach from the cart being spun around in so many different directions.
That's true. That would be no fun.
No. I'm also glad that I'm not in a video game because I wouldn't want to have to worry about creepers in Minecraft.
What video game would you not want to be stuck in?
You know what? You should tell a friend beside you right now which video game you would rather not be stuck in. And while you do that, we're gonna say goodbye. Bye, KE friends.